Hi there, and welcome to this post on this blog that I've been doing about learning a musical instrument, and been focusing on the acoustic guitar. That's what I teach, but what I'm saying applies to most instruments. Now, in the previous videos, I've talked about the process of learning an instrument in general, what you go through and how to go about finding the right kind of instruction. And the most recent video I did prior to this one was some hints about how to practice effectively. You can check out all those videos if you like. In this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of getting feedback on your playing to help you get better. Of course, the advantage to taking private lessons is that you, in addition to getting some expert instruction and feedback, you also get validation. In other words, the teacher is watching you and helping you improve, helping you find and fix any errors that you might be making. But if you're out there sort of going it alone without a teacher, as many are, that means you're essentially your own teacher. And the guitar, lends itself to that. It's a great instrument for self-study. It's a cozy instrument. You can play it quietly alone in your room or in your living room. You can grab some hints about how to play from some friends or on the internet, and you can kind of go along at your own pace. But you may not be playing as well as you think you're playing, or you may not be advancing as fast as you could be advancing, if that's what you're doing. You may even be stuck. Some call it plateauing out. In other words, you're playing okay, but you're just not getting any better and haven't really improved in a long time. So I'm going to talk about the kind of the inner game of playing a musical instrument and how to avoid getting stuck in the first place, and if you're already stuck, maybe how to help you get unstuck. It's important to know, first of all, why we get stuck in the first place. Well, when we always play alone, it just turns out that it's hard to be objective about the sounds that we ourselves produce. In fact, our brains do some editing when we're playing and some enhancement on the sounds that we make, and as a result, the sounds may seem better to us than they sound to someone else listening in. So if you want to become a good musician and improve, and you want to do it on your own without a teacher, then you need to at least be able to hear yourself accurately, objectively, because you can't fix any problems that you don't see and hear. Now, the most powerful way to see and hear yourself as others do is to record yourself playing and watch the video that you made. And you do it with as critical an eye as you can. And now most of us nowadays have a smartphone with a camera app, and that's really all you need. You can use that to make a short video of yourself playing. You don't really have to record or play, record everything that you play or record yourself every time you practice. But I recommend that you should record yourself once in a while, because by recording yourself and watching yourself play on video, you'll find that you can quickly identify, you can see problems, and once you can see them, then you can work on fixing the problems. Having a video to look at is a way of kind of getting out of your own way, to get out of your head a little bit and see yourself more honestly. You could think of your smartphone camera as just a tool that helps you see and hear yourself as others will see you play. And when you look at yourself playing, you have to try to see if you look right. You may discover that you have issues with your posture. When you look at the video, you may find that your hand and arm positions aren't right. These are things that you can fix once you see them. If you've noticed in the video that you don't seem to look right, you don't look like other people look when they're playing their instrument, then maybe what you can do the next time you practice is to set up in front of a mirror and make adjustments to your position, to your posture, to your hands and arm position. And that's one way to fix problems on your own. Also, as you watch your video, you may discover that your rhythm is off, that you're not playing at a steady pace, or that you aren't making your chord changes in time. In other words, you're going along in time fine, but when you have a chord change, suddenly you have to pause to make that change. Once you discover that you're doing this, you can fix it. You can get hold of a metronome. And the metronome, of course, is a great practice room tool. In fact, most people don't realize how off the beat they play until they try to play with the metronome. Turns out very few people can lock into perfect rhythm without some training. And for that training, a metronome is the tool that you should use. You can either get a standalone metronome, or you can download smartphone metronome apps. Now, when you watch the video, you might also discover that even though you thought you were playing in tune, when you listen to it back, it doesn't sound quite in tune. That happens. If you notice that you're sometimes not playing in tune, it's just a reminder that you need to tune more often. You tune all the time. You have to develop that habit. An electronic tuner gets you out of your own head. And even when you might think that you're in tune, the tuner may tell you differently. So again, if you get used to playing out of tune, it's hard to know you're out of tune. But if you get into the habit of playing in tune, then you'll notice when you're out of tune. Other things that you can look for when you watch yourself play on a video, you can check your dynamics. Are you playing too soft? If you play too soft, then people won't be able to hear you. You might be able to hear yourself real nice because you're nice and close, but you're not projecting well. So it's the kind of thing you'll discover. Maybe you're playing too loud and you need to maybe tone it down a little bit to sound more musical. Or maybe you're all over the map. Maybe you're playing too soft sometimes and too loud sometimes. These are the things that watching a video will help you know. You may find that one of your chords is not coming out clear when you play it. Maybe your C sounds good, your G sounds good, but when you get to F, maybe you hear some fuzzy notes that you need to work on. You didn't even notice it before. You thought that it was okay when you were strumming along, but when you watch the video, you notice, oh, that chord isn't right. And once you identify that you're missing a chord, then when you get to your practice, you can work on that and try to make that improvement and see if you can play better the next time you record yourself. So all of these things are things you can learn when you've recorded yourself, made a little video, and then watched it back, and try to watch it back honestly. It's a way to help. If you don't have access to an experienced teacher who can help you out, watching these little recordings of yourself may be the next best thing. It can certainly help. So that's a big hint for you, a big recommendation is to record yourself. Another thing you can do is, like another way to get feedback is to get feedback from other people. Play for your friends and play for your family. Just knowing that you're going to play for them is a great motivation to work on some material, maybe work on something new, or maybe make something that you already play a little bit better. So it's good motivation, but also just by playing and watching their reactions, you'll learn something. If you see people, tapping their foot and singing along, maybe you're probably doing pretty good. But maybe if you're seeing people cringe, then well, that's something you can learn from and improve from. And likewise, if you can find some other musicians to play with, even informally, just for fun, that's really great because you'll learn a lot about your own playing by trying to play and kind of match up and sync up with other musicians. And when musicians play together, when they are in the same room, we always like to learn from each other. We like to share our ideas and our tips and generally can pool our knowledge. So those are some things that you can do to help your go-it-along approach to learning. So you can, again, record yourself playing and listen back to and watch your recording and learn a lot that way. Play for your friends and family and play with other musicians. If you can do that, you'll get some excellent feedback in that way. But as I've discussed in previous posts, you'll learn more and you will make faster progress if you can work with a teacher or take some kind of online course that provides some kind of video feedback, just like ArtistWorks has the video exchange feature where you can get feedback and learn about your playing. And it's just common sense that it makes sense to get guidance from people who are kind of further down the trail from you. It keeps you on the right path, steers you away from those dead ends. So a teacher can help you fix bad habits before they set in. So to keep from getting stuck or to get unstuck, you got to get out of your head a little bit. Either have a teacher point out maybe some things that you can do to improve quickly, or check out some recordings of yourself and try to look objectively if you can. You're going to learn a lot and have fun playing with others. And if possible, be sure to take advantage of any experienced teachers that are available to you to speed you along on your musical journey. See you next time.